Welcome to Off the Record, talking real estate with Joe and Makayla. If you're interested in the Portland, Oregon real estate market and want the unvarnished inside scoop, you've come to the right place. Thanks for giving us a listen. Okay, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining the show. Hello, Makayla Mast.
Hello, Joe Reitzug. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you. And happy Friday to everyone out there that's listening. Probably isn't your Friday. But
we need to get better about that. But we like to talk about ourselves. And for us, today it's Friday.
We're deeply selfish.
We don't usually record on a Friday, so it's fun for us.
Yeah, because it's the end of the week. Mm-hmm. And both of us, I think, are taking the weekend off this week.
Yes, no open houses.
No open houses.
I'm so excited.
No appointments. I don't remember the last time that's happened. Kind of gives you an indicator of where the market's at right now.
Yeah, a little bit. We should be more worried rather than excited.
It's been a long summer, though. But
It's been a long summer. And we've been more busy with open houses lately. Especially you. You've been driving out to McMinnville and doing an open house almost every weekend.
The time.
And this is the first full weekend of football.
I know.
So I think it's a good weekend to take some time off.
Yeah.
In air quotes, off.
Yeah. And I've got all my boys here in town, and they're going to be joining us for the weekend. So I'm excited. Yeah.
Good. I'm excited about our episode today as well.
You picked a winner.
Thank you.
You've been on fire with this.
Thank you.
Yeah. Here's the topic, folks. And Makayla put this together, and I love it. It's what I tell my best friend about buying in Portland right now.
Mm-hmm. So if one of my best friends asked me, should I buy a house in Portland right now? This is what I would tell them. We didn't include any fluff, no salesy stuff, just the truth from two brokers who are in it every day.
That's right. But first, before we do that, we have to go to our top of the pod segment, which is the off the record hot take.
Hot take, confession. I'm fresh out of confessions, thank God.
I've got a few, but I'm going to save them.
Okay, that's fair. So yes, our off the record moment for you.
Yeah.
Mine is a little punchy. My opinion, I think waiting for the market to crash is like waiting for gas to be $1 again. Which I've never experienced. Gas being $1.
I don't know if I've ever experienced that either.
I've also never personally experienced the market crashing, but it's my professional opinion that that's not going to happen. If you're interested in buying.
I think it's what's your definition of crash? Because since June of 2022, things have not been the same. But I don't think it's a crash compared to where we were at 21, 22, which is just nuts.
Right.
But yeah, I don't think it's going to be.
It's not like an 07, 08 crash, I guess is what I mean. And I feel like people are still waiting on the edge of their seats to for that moment to pounce on stuff.
I think that's legit. I think
that prices have come down. So I do think it's a good time to buy.
Here's my hot take, and I'm not sure that it's anything new for anyone that's been listening to our podcast, but my hot take is that the best way to buy a home right now is to assume a loan. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that?
I love it.
Yeah.
We've been living and breathing assumptions.
And VA are assumable loans, which means that anyone that bought a home that used VA loan or FHA, you can assume their loan. If you're talking about the last 6 years, especially years 2019 through 2022, 23, you can assume a loan at 2.5% right now. And here's another one that I love, is that VA loans, you can assume those even if you're not a veteran. I did not know that until recently. I can't
get over this. We discovered this, this week?
Yeah. Yeah.
So exciting.
Very exciting. And we found a way to identify all the homes in the marketplace with a VA or FHA loan that have been bought within the last 6 years and have a mortgage rate between 1% and 5%. If you want that information, be sure to come back to the podcast and keep an eye out for that, because we're going to be talking about that a lot. But I think right now, Mac, in this marketplace, if you can jump into a 2.5%, 3.5%, 4%, even 4.5%, 5% mortgage rate, it's a game changer.
Yeah. We ran the numbers, which I'm so excited to tell people about.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can save between $500 and $1,000
or more. Yeah. Monthly, and that can translate to $5,000 to $6,000 a year. But if you look at it on a 10-year scope, you're saving $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 over 10 years.
That's insane.
It is insane. And the equity positions are lower, right? You're assuming a loan that people have been paying on for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about it. And
you can tell we're excited.
That's my hot take.
Love it.
But let's get back to our topic. Yeah. So what I tell my best friend about buying in Portland right now, and you're just going to
lay it out there.
Just going to lay it out there.
Coffee table conversation. We're having our coffees. Well, now we're a little bit mostly done with them. But I think there are some realities of this market, especially compared to the one we saw in 2021. Buyers in general have much more breathing room. So when we're taking buyers out right now, we get to actually see more than 3 properties. We can really take our time, spend time in different neighborhoods, maybe go back to houses to see them twice, whatever it is. You have more time to look at homes, which I think helps you make a more educated decision. You're not just scrambling to write offers on whatever is out there and quote, meet your criteria, because meeting your criteria and loving the home are 2 very different things. So I love that point. Also, sellers are much more willing to negotiate right now, whether that's covering part of your closing costs or doing more repairs, or maybe you're offering a little bit less.
Yeah.
I think there's a ton of opportunity right now. Sellers are ready to receive offers.
They just want to get into the conversation, get us an offer so that we can start talking to people. Now, you got to be realistic. You can't go in
offer $50K below and
Well, depending on the price point, obviously. But the thing that I love about this market for buyers right now is, and I don't think this is kind of the sweet spot. We've had more inventory for the past year or 2 than we've had in a long, long time. But I think for the first time, there's more inventory and less competition.
Yeah.
Because we had more inventory, but the cream of the crop homes, the top 5, top 10% that everyone's looking for, we're still getting multiple offers.
Right.
And still highly competitive with prices going up. That's not the case right now. Yeah. There's tons of inventory. There's not as much competition. And sellers, I'm not going to say they're desperate. Some are. But
I just think they're more willing to compromise.
And more realistic about things.
Yeah.
A majority of them are.
Yeah, we can't speak for all.
Yeah. So that is the big one.
And this isn't saying that I want sellers to lose out on great deals or lose money. I just think people are more realistic right now. And I think we've needed to get here for a long time. So I'm glad we're here. And again, I just think the pace of this market gives you more time to think through things. We say this all the time, but this is probably the biggest purchase you will ever make in your life. So having more time and more resources to get through this is a great thing.
Yeah. I love that you have in your notes here the hidden opportunity.
That we can't stop talking about.
We just can't stop talking about it. Assumable FHA mortgages and also VA mortgages. So, we kind of talked about it at the top of the show here, but it's worth saying again that those loans are out there and those sellers really want to sell their homes. I was looking at a list earlier this morning. There's homes on the market right now with FHA and VA assumable loans that have been on the market for 100, 130 days. Nice homes.
Yeah. And they aren't advertising these rates at all.
No, I don't think brokers have clued into the fact that an assumable loan is very attractive to people.
Right. I just think that people don't know a lot about the process. It is a longer process. It can take 90 days to close, but hey, a longer closing for
I think 90 at the most.
3%. Yeah, it depends on the bank. Right now we're working with a 90-day one.
Yeah.
I would be thrilled if it closed earlier, but
and some people who are knowledgeable will say, okay, you're just, getting that interest rate on the remaining balance, but there's this big equity position sometimes. Yes. And if you're doing an FHA loan on, let's say, $500,000 and you've got 5% down and you're doing it at 6.5%, it's going to be spendy, right? But if they owe $450,000, you're going to be paying 2.75 or 3% on that loan balance. And then let's say you don't have in your down payment, you don't have the amount to cover their equity position. There are credit unions especially that will give you a second loan.
Yep.
And it's a smaller loan for the most part. Sometimes it's larger if people have larger equity positions. But that smaller loan, you're going to get 7.5% somewhere in there. And when you do the math, you're still saving $500 to $1,000 every single month.
Right. Yeah.
So if you're talking to your bestie right now and, they want a good deal and be able to afford what they're getting into, I think those assumables are a great way to go.
Yeah, I could not agree more. And I think for some reason, these assumption loans stress people out and overwhelm them. So if you have questions, reach out. We're happy to walk you through it and show you some different number scenarios. Joe made an awesome worksheet showing the difference between like a classic assumable where you have the cash to cover that equity and then comparing it to financing that last chunk. It's, again, still a savings that's really impressive and worth it. So if you want to see that, we can definitely get that over to you and curate it to your scenario.
So another thing, if you were talking to your bestie right now about buying, is renovation cost. Why 2025 might be the year to tackle a fixer. Tell me more.
I only knew about this because of my lovely father, who's in the roofing and gutter industry. And he told me that labor costs are down just among the professionals that he works with. That's where he, first heard about it, and then I was doing some research, and it's true. Labor costs are down right now. Contractors and tradespeople who are booked out for months during the last few years now have more availability. They maybe need more work. So
I can vouch for that because I'm working with a friend of mine who has a investment property here in Portland, or actually it's in Beaverton. Some of the numbers, the quotes he was giving me for, like, he's having the entire interior. It was a rental. He's getting ready to put it on the market. It was a rental. This is an 1,800 square foot home or so. He's getting the entire interior painted for less than $4,000.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, not
That's
bad.
a great number.
He got new windows installed. Crazy cheap compared to what I thought. So, across the board, he got a new garage door installed, all those type of things.
Jeez, he's done a lot.
Yeah, but the numbers and the affordability, I was shocked. I was like, oh my gosh, okay. Are prices coming down? Is he just finding the most crazy affordable people there are? But I agree with you. I think right now might be that time to buy a home and be okay with fixing it up.
Yeah.
Maybe it's over time. Maybe it's right up front. Maybe it's to flip it. Maybe it's for something that you want to live in while you're doing it. And then when the market changes a little bit, move up to something bigger and better for yourself. But I think it's definitely something that I don't think a lot of people have on their radar right now that they probably should.
They don't. I feel like people backed away from fixers after the pandemic. I mean, everything was just so expensive, so they just wrote it off. But might be time to reconsider something like this. The other thing, which we were just talking about, is it feels like DIY projects are a lot more accessible. There's just more information out there. There's more ways to find supplies for a little bit less. Of course, we don't encourage DIYs on major projects, but things that you feel comfortable tackling, do a little research. See if it makes sense for you to upgrade your home a bit through a little paint. Nothing like a little lipstick on a pig.
A little paint, a little window. New windows are great.
Well, not to do yourself.
No, but those are one of the best things that you can do in your home is upgrade your windows. More soundproofing, better heat insulation, cool insulation. Just a great way to go. Okay, so you're talking to your bestie. Where does she or he go to find the values right now? Where are the best deals for homes in Portland?
Well, it's hard to name just a few neighborhoods because there are so many, but I think it's fun to look in the little pockets because we like to think of the major Portland metro market, all the little markets within that as like micro markets. So what's true in one neighborhood might not be true in another neighborhood a few miles away. So looking at inner Portland, there's still a strong demand for those homes. I think people are always going to love the classic Portland character and the accessibility and walkability. Pricing has leveled in inner Portland, which is exciting to see. It feels more accessible to live in those fun little neighborhoods downtown. I also think the west side suburbs have finally softened. There's more inventory out here, of course, like everywhere, but Beaverton and Hillsborough, they're great opportunities for buyers who, maybe don't want to live in the city, want a little bit more space. Of course, we're close to a lot of big tech out here as well. So
yeah,
good options there, or even better for resale value. And then on the outskirts, like St. John's, Milwaukee, North Plains, Forest Grove, they have a lot more affordable entry level homes. And, again, that just means room for appreciation over time, which is exciting.
Some of the emerging areas that I really like right now, Oregon wine country, Carlton, Yamhill.
So
oh my gosh, there are some really cool little towns in wine country where you're not too far away. You can go to McMinnville, Newburgh, or back into, Hillsborough, Forest Grove area. But talk about beautiful and just still affordable. So I love those. A lot of people are going down to Canby right now.
That's a good
Canby's
pull.
really growing. There's a lot going on in some of the places just outside Portland Metro. North Plains, they've got
a lot of action in North Plains.
They got a lot of action going on, and there is a big battle brewing on what's going to happen with North Plains. So keep an eye on that, but maybe that's a podcast for down the road.
Seriously.
But that's cool. That's where you'll find some values right now.
Did you see, speaking of wine country, did you see that CJ McCollum purchased like an 100-acre winery in Carlton?
Didn't he already have one there, or...
Maybe this is old information. Jacob read me that headline last night, I think.
Yeah, I think that's old information.
Darn.
Yeah,
here he comes popping out of his office. Yeah. Finally, it's my time to shine. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, CJ owns a winery, and that's cool.
The man loves his wine.
All the NBA guys do.
They do. It's so funny.
LeBron, and it's so funny to hear them talk about Pinots and Cabs.
It is funny. And how they keep their hotel rooms a certain temperature so that the wine can stay cool.
Yeah.
My kind of people. I like it.
Very, very much so.
So a little recap. Again, I would tell my best friend to first get pre-approved early. It's just good to get that out of the way. Good to know what we're looking at and start strategizing for the fun part, which is searching for your home. Ask about assumable loans. We've talked about that a lot. Don't overlook negotiation power. Their sellers are listening now, more now than they were a few years ago. So
yeah.
Exciting time. Think about renovations and, of course, think long term. So we always want to talk about your long term strategy when you're going to purchase. Do you want to be in this home for 3 to 5 years? Is this your forever home? Where do you see yourself in that amount of time? Let's make sure we strategize to make sure you're making the right decision.
Yeah. And location matters, remember.
Location matters.
You can be in a great home, but remember, you got to drive in and out of that neighborhood all the time. And if you're not happy with that and the infrastructure and the resources around there, it's going to be tough to be happy with that home.
Yes. That's a really good point.
Yeah.
I like that.
So what's the bottom line, Mac? Give me the bottom line.
Don't wait for the perfect market. I think that's the summary here. It doesn't exist. There's no such thing as a perfect market. And if you're interested in buying, I think now is a really great time to consider. I feel like I've said this now, and I feel like I'm a little blue in the face over it, but that's okay. As always, we would love to sit down and chat with you and see if buying a home in 2025, maybe 2026, we're already almost there, is a good decision for you. We would be more than happy to run through the numbers with you, answer all your questions.
You can reach us at livportland.com, livportland.com.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have our segment that we end our show with every week. And what's that segment, Mac?
What we are loving right now. So it can be real estate or non-real estate related, but we like to end on a positive note.
Yeah. Do you want me to start?
Yes, go ahead. What are you loving?
I am loving homes on golf courses. There was one that came on the market on the Reserve and Vineyards where me and my boys golf quite a bit. And it was right on the 10th fairway. And it was just cool. I went through it. Beautiful, beautiful home, single level, great little backyard. And the new family moved in and we're sitting out on the patio and looked so happy.
Oh my gosh.
Right. And don't even know if they're golfers or not, but they were sitting there just having a wonderful time with a summer drink and watching people go by. And it was just cool. And I started talking about it with my friend who I was out on the course with, and we do not have, compared to other cities our size, we do not have that many neighborhoods or developments on golf courses where people can live. So
no, we really don't.
I'm loving those houses that are on golf courses right now, but I'm also asking, can we get a few more?
Yeah, come on, somebody.
Come on,
finance
people.
this for us, please.
I know, right?
I feel like walking on a golf course, which, is something I refuse to do, is similar to when you're like on a lake looking at houses. Like, oh, I would take that one.
Totally.
If I had this one, I would paint it this color. That looks ridiculous. But it's
Yeah.
just so fun to dream.
It is fun
about
to dream.
owning a home on a golf course. It's so pretty.
And the Reserve they had the Street of Dreams there one year. So there's about 7 or 8 homes right on the golf course that are amazing. And yeah, every time we go by there, and once in a while, those lawns do eat a golf ball or two, but that's
I'm always worried about that.
okay. That's okay.
There's one that listed in Rock Creek that backs to the golf course. Did you see that?
I did.
$928.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a lot
That is a lot.
for little old Rock Creek.
But I
It's
would
beautiful.
do it. I would take it. Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's stunning. Okay.
But so tell me, what are you loving right now?
Well, I'm circling back to my love for coffee, as I talked about
Sure. Very
a few
familiar.
weeks ago. Mm-hmm. It's an addiction, you guys. It's bad. But I am loving my new coffee maker because I have now gone 2 weeks without buying a latte.
Wow.
And this is like groundbreaking information.
Yeah.
My husband is so proud of me.
I heard him mention it when you got that caramel frappuccino.
It's a latte.
Oh, was it a latte?
Just a latte.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, my new little machine does. Thank you. By the way.
Yeah,
I'm glad you liked it.
It was good.
It does cappuccinos. It does lattes.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't invest in this like 3 years ago.
It did crack me up when Jacob mentioned that, though.
He's so
She
proud of
hasn't
me.
bought a latte in so long.
Well, it was like 2 weeks ago. I just bought an $8 matcha and didn't think anything of it. And then I was like, holy moly, I just spent $8 on a matcha for no reason.
You do the math on that.
The
and I'm
same
telling
caffeine.
you. I'm telling you, you got a down payment for a house over a year
That
or
is
two.
a boomer's favorite thing to say.
I know. Am I a boomer?
I don't know.
I don't even know what that is. But yes, it is a very commonplace thing to say, but it's the truth. So I'm glad
it
you're loving
is.
your new coffee maker. And
Thank you.
yeah, the coffee was delicious.
I did trip the power outlet because it's so powerful. But again,
Wow.
better than going out every
Quite
day.
the flex, Makayla.
Everyone, come over for a latte.
All right,
Okay.
folks, that is our show for today. We hope you've enjoyed it. That is what Makayla would say to her best friend if she was buying a home in Portland right now. So we hope that's been helpful. If you love the information, we'll have more stuff in the show notes at LivPortland.com. If you'd like to suggest a topic to us, go to the site and let us know. But for now, that's it. Thanks for joining us.
Also, sorry,
Yeah.
leave us a review if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah. That
We
would be
want to know what
wonderful.
you're thinking of this show. We want to hear from you.
Good call. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, folks. Have a
Bye,
good day.
everyone. Thanks for joining us today. If you're interested in finding out more about Joe, myself, or the Live Portland team, you can go to liveportland.com. Thanks for giving us a listen and see you next time on the Off the Record podcast.